Get into this, and it's a Chen pick. I saw you typed into Discord 3 letters, and it was not POG. There's a couple other ones. What do you think about this Chen pick? What's going on here? What's the play?
So, I think Nigma picked this hero once at the major, I believe, and they won that game, but Chen did nothing. Absolutely nothing. I think this hero's unplayable. I'm a Chen spammer myself, and personally, I think this is like the worst state this hero has been in for a long time. But there's no way OG picked Chen without scrimming it and like understanding the hero. So I'm excited to see what they bring out here. I don't know, they just have such a different idea about Dota than every other team in the qualifiers, it seems.
Yeah, and I'm really excited. I think that, you know, if there's a team that's going to bring out something new and sort of try and make something happen with it, it's definitely going to be OG. And already at the early goings in the mid lane, Thompson looking to see if a ward is placed, but Nigma is right there on the outside. This is the weirdest standoff ever. Neither of them know the other one's there.
This is exactly what you'd expect after this draft, to be honest.
Right.
But like I have to, because I can't wrap my head around anything but the Chen, to be honest.
30 seconds to battle.
Like you pick Chen into like Wyvern, Lina, Mars. Like these are heroes that I think Chen is traditionally bad against. And what Chen usually wants is you want to have superior team fight. So when you go to a tower, you can force them into your team fight. And you know he's a good team fighter, hand of god, early mech, etc. And he has creeps to push towers, but I don't think they have that this game.
Right. That's going to be the tough thing, particularly with like the Axe that, you know, wants to get the Vanguard first and everything else. It could be kind of tough to like actually come online at the same time that Chen does, but I don't know. We'll keep our eyes on it. Already starting with the headdress, and it looks like it's going to be a trade-off there of a couple runes apiece. Both teams getting 2 of them.
I think the OG idea with Chen has to be that they're going to snowball the map, and then you have Chen creeps plus E that can just take every tower and just keep killing your. Okay. I don't see anything else, but honestly, I just don't know enough, to be honest, too.
Okay. Well, we'll keep our eyes on it. You can see there a very storied rivalry right now. Kuro coming out a little bit ahead in terms of the total number of games that are going on there, but certainly we're going to add another one onto the entire round of it as the mid lane matchup, Hango versus Lina. At times, Lina has looked incredibly dominant. You know, when I was watching the Eastern European qualifiers, some of the stuff that we saw from a couple of those teams was really strong. But likewise, this Pango has been able to take over games at various points in time. So we'll see what those early rotations might look like, or if people just stay in lanes and continue to kind of AFK farm stuff going on.
Yeah, for sure. I think like this lane seems like it should be really hard for Pango, and I think it will be. But I see Thompson, he pulls these clutches out of nowhere on like every hero. So maybe like Lina will win the lane and Thompson will kill him when Thompson gets 6. This is the plan.
Okay. We'll keep our eyes on it. Down bottom, of course, LTW this time playing on the Lifestealer, paired together with GH in the safe lane, actually. So they wanted to ensure that they, you know, had Kuro playing on this Hoodwink, and he's going to be playing up with Mind Control. So a little bit of a switch up from what we normally see in that regard at the very least. But, I mean, this Hoodwink has just looked so freaking good throughout a lot of the qualifiers.
Yeah, for sure. Hoodwink, he just looked like a nice, stable hero. He always has impact, and this is also something else I've noticed, that even at the major, Nigma were doing this, where they throw Kuroki into off lane and put GH into safe lane. I'm not too sure if this was like a conscious decision they've made, or is it just based off the heroes and it happens to happen a lot? But it has looked pretty good. Like Kuroki's a bit more free, he gets to roam around a bit, gets stacks, etc.
You can see that already at the early goings. No Tail gonna have a creep for himself from the lane up top and try and put some pressure on, but gets bulwarked back by Mind Control, playing together with Kuro there. 113 hero pick banned in TI10 qualifiers, so we're right up there on the edge. And to be honest, some of those heroes that look unpicked, I've seen people call for them a few times. As Miracle trying to zone Thompson back, was able to get that water rune though. They are going to keep him out of the creep wave for the moment. Kind of tough for the Pango right now, almost getting doubled up in CS actually.
Yeah, it is a very hard lane for Pangolier, but honestly, I don't know how many heroes Pango likes to lane mid against. I don't know how many heroes like to lane mid against Lina anyways. Right. So you're not like, when you did the draft, you're not expecting to win mid, and you've constructed your draft around that fact already. So it's not too bad for them. GH with a nice courier snake on bottom.
Right.
Ooh, and Nota got a hard to creep. It's the creep that makes Chen viable, I think. Get it. He actually snatched it from the mid small camp, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's funny. Normally you just see him head on into his own jungle, but moves on over now. Gonna throw some punches out there onto Kuro and get some good damage out. Afterwards, Mind Control able to sidestep and a bushwhack afterwards, throwing out the extra bits of damage that they can. At least in the early goings, it doesn't look like anybody's getting completely demolished in the laning stage. Axe a little bit ahead of the lifestealer, obviously, down bottom. And they're sort of winning out those side lanes slightly. But Seb, going to trade some more hits. The Cursed Crown goes out. Does he decide to get some more damage there onto LTW? Just pops Rage, turns around, goes back to farming. Slow and steady they go, as the next round will come in. Soxa trying to stack up this camp. Will have access to the pull now, and we do have, at least for the moment, pretty static in terms of the laning stage situation. Mind Control, I'm surprised he's been able to actually do okay here, considering that heartbeat creep sort of zoning him out a little bit.
I mean, I think this is the problem with Chen. It took him 3 minutes to get this heartbeat creep, right? People have been really good at blocking the small camp, and you don't offer anything other than your creep, really. You have one mace armor, sort of mediocre damage, and you don't have any real spells. So that's why Chen isn't picked. I mean, I do like what Nota is doing, though. He got the heartbeat creep, and he immediately queued himself a Basti ring. Because he understands if he gets to the Basti ring plus a heartbeat, it will, like, have a lot of impact. He's also pulling this hard camp and using his creep to zone, which is very cool to see.
Yeah, draws that other aggro so they can't do the same pull at the exact same time. So definitely cool, that one. And also getting a stack off at the same time. So some good micro there. And meanwhile, down bottom, able to get the kill on the lifestealer. Thompson does go down mid. So that's what you're talking about, the strength miracle hitting that level 6 before the Pango roll came out.
Yeah, honestly, I can't believe they killed Lifestealer with an Axe Willow, and they're also gonna snipe a free courier here with GH's boots on it. Now they must be playing bottom just very well, because I think PPD mentioned that this is most people's read on the matchup, but Lifestealer should be solid in lane versus Axe, especially if you go for an item like a bracelet.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So LTW getting a little bit of the better end of the stick there from Seb as he punches him down, and now gonna start going for the creep cutting. And GH, like, I mean, this guy can't really do much to stop this at the moment, it feels like. You mentioned the boots getting sniped. Seb's just gonna pull this over to the hard camp afterwards. OG looking good there.
Seb's really feeling himself on this bottom lane. I think he's top net worth already, but he's gonna just be beasting out this game.
You deserve nothing. You deserve nothing.
Try and take away some of those creeps as well, as up top, Mind Control. Gonna get pulled back in, some body blocks coming in from No Tail. They tried to get on top of him, but they weren't quite able to. And in fact, it's Sumail that takes a couple of punches back from Curl on that hoodwink. And Mind Control still standing there with the Mind Stealer, and is going to be able to at least draw the aggro for a second of that small camp. So these lanes kind of breaking down in weird situations. We also saw GH get forced back there. Miracle farmed up the hard camp himself, spamming out the wave and then running back to it. So by and large, a slight lead in the early going for OG is thinking about it. Thompson does have that 6, but didn't connect with the swashbuckle, and that will cause the retreat away. And in fact, some more punches along the way as well. Thompson thinking about going Laguna Blade, done! Dude, Miracle is feeling himself today.
He's beasting. That was basically a OG rotation. They had the Willow camp behind Lina for the Pango 6. And they ganked Miracle, but Miracle killed them instead. And I mean, he's full HP, he didn't really lose any real resources to it. Yeah, this mid lane, I mean, I think most people would say it's very Lina favored, but we're used to seeing Thompson, like, sort of make magic, pull something out of nothing. I think specifically on Pangolier, he's made like a bunch of plays where, you know, he hits a creep, gets level 6, gets a sick turnaround. I think that one might have been versus Quinn. But this game, Miracles, he's just showing him what's up. He's double solo kill, even a kill in a 1v2.
Yeah. Granted, the other side lane's still going quite well. You can see that Lesh, as well as Axe, flirting with that top net worth spot, and definitely the Lifestealer is feeling a little bit behind. But at least at this early going, ILTW is going to have this lane solo to himself. We saw the Wyvern head on out, GH playing up more on the top side now. We'll see if they decide to go for any type of a play here. They do have 2 smokes But it's kind of weird. And again, look at this Chen. Yeah, pulling the creeps around. So they want to make sure that they don't give up this tower for nothing. And No-Tail's just kind of doing ring around the rosy and pulling the waves over to Thompson to farm. That's really cool.
This is so cool by No-Tail. I mean, this is one thing I thought about Chen is that you just leave your creeps in the jungle and you stack with them. We saw him have a hard camp on the right side that stacked the hard camp towards Sumail and he pulls a wave with his other creep. Chen's one of the only supports who can do this. I mean, we saw No-Tail doing this, I think, TI8 a lot. And yeah, it looks like it's still effective here.
Double damage.
Yeah, if the meta right now is about stacking camps, picking a hero that can do it all over the map simultaneously is going to be pretty freaking good. So that'll be something to watch for sure, if they can clear those through, if they have the heroes to contest it. But yeah, they're doing a triple stack right now, and it comes through. Easy peasy.
Wow. Okay, this is very cool. Just very macro efficient from OG. And OG are the type of team, they always hit their timing and then they go crazy. Look at their Ancients right now. They have this huge stack, the Ancients and the Triangle hard camp. I think they're going to give Seb already has Vanguard Blink. I was going to say they're going to give it to Seb for his Blink Dagger, but it's 9 minutes in and he basically has a gold for it somehow.
What the hell? Oh my god. They have so much farm. That's crazy. And Sumail too. He's about to get this hood.
He should still take it on Seb.
Okay.
No one else really kills Ancients efficiently. And man, OG, it's not like they've really made any real moves. Their mid got solo killed twice, but they're up 2k gold, probably 3k after this Ancient and hard camp stack, and they're looking pretty solid.
I mean, this is the type of thing too that like it's very easy to just like not realize that that's happening, right? Like with the speed at which you're doing it, just sending a couple of creeps off here and there, and then being able to clear it so fast with the Lesh, as well, they're trying to go, but they're not going to be able to find anything there. Sumail is level 9. Like, they're all of their cores are quite farmed.
He's level 9, and he actually has 2 points in stats already. And I think their concept's really cool. Like, you're going to have Chen heals. No-Tail's gonna have a mech in like 700 gold, not because he's killed it, he's just stacked a lot of camps and he's getting gold for that. Max is gonna have his blink dagger timing, and I think it's gonna be gold time soon. I really like this. Oh.
Well, I mean, this is gonna be the problem, right? Like, this rotation in from GH secures that kill. They get the winner's curse into the LSA, and Laguna Blade finished. Like, if there's somebody that's gonna be able to hold off this tide of aggression, it's gotta be Miracle, because he's the one having like the really good game.
I mean, Miracle has 3 kills, 3 farm mid, and he's even to net worth in with Leshrac and behind the axe. Like, that's the insane part about this game. How often do you see your mid effectively get solo killed twice and a ganked a 3rd time?
I mean,
and you're ahead by 2-3k gold.
I don't see that part as much.
Yeah. Like the first part happens in all my pumps, but the second part is what's impressive. And it's not like OG, they aren't panicking, right? They're reading the map. They understand we're getting a lot more network. Let's just wait for our timing. And here it is. Blink Dagger on Axe. Put on Sumail.
Going mid, looking for the call. Catches onto GH. Miracle's over there. For the big LSA, but not going to find it. Now rotation coming in from Mark. Mind control. Trying to take this fight, but it is an overwhelming amount of damage. Break, but look at the heal coming in from the chin. And the God comes out. Mars Arena is now down. Roll it fully. Back and forth. Thompson finds one. LTW staying right on top of Seb, but now running out. He has to jump inside of Mind Control with that Infest to try and buy it, but no, Seb jumps in. They still have to Infest afterwards. Gets inside of Mind Control. That keeps them alive. This was about as perfect as you could play it for Nigma, and they still lose the tower. But Lesh does go down. Can they find anything else? Looking for it. Oh, can't go Blink Dagger, and now the winner's curse. A chance for a turnaround. Miracle, he's got the LSA afterwards. Connects on to both. Finds the finish. Double kill for Miracle, so they hold off that aggression. And Curl gives No-Tail the tip. I see what you were doing.
That was a beast punish from Nigma in that fight. They're so patient. All their spells constantly kiting. They understood that, you know, damn Chen Leshrac, we're gonna lose some tier 1s. What matters is that we get the kills after. Because OG lost the fight, now their mid tower's getting pressured.
Oh, Miracle walks into a stray Bramble in the back away at the low respawn times. Everybody's back up and they can't punish with the tower of their own. So like you said, they get the kills, but Nigma not able to secure the towers.
Is under attack.
What a wild first 12 minutes this has been. Like, so many resources generated and they're still stacking all of these camps around the map.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess, like, we had a sort of a healing meta Ana Major, right? There's a Winter Wyvern, the Phoenix, Holy Locket, these heroes. Chen has to be one of the best heroes at that still, regardless of how underwhelming I would say he is in
Radiant's
comps.
bottom tower
That's putting it
is under
nicely.
attack.
But yeah, I'm with you. And like, this is before mech too, right? Like, keeping all of that in mind.
We saw that the Hand of God completely nullified Mars' damage on Leshrac. The only reason OG lost heroes there is because they were sort of diving, right? Like, Sumail died basically in range of the enemy tier 2. And then they were all out, and they just chose to turn around because they wanted to get that more. Nigma baited them in with some really good play.
Dire
You know,
are
we got
scanning.
like GDQ stuff going on right now. It feels like that's what's going on with it. Farming as well. They catch this Lifestealer now. Tries to get away, tries to get out. Not going to happen. They're just speed running the map right now. That's what it feels like.
For sure, and you can see
Dire's
all their
middle
items are for it
tower
as
has
well.
fallen.
Thompson, he went for the quick Echo Saber. Leshrac went for stats in the hood. If you combine these with the heals coming out from Chen,
Dire's middle tower
as long as
is
you
under
don't dive,
attack.
Nigma shouldn't have damage for you.
Yeah. You know, we were wondering when stats came back how long it was going to be until there were heroes that just started to not take abilities. And, you know, Sumail at this point is like, I don't need Lightning Storm. I'm just going to have my stun and then taking tower abilities.
And the
so
usual
very
build
cool.
is 4-4-0 into stats on Leshrac, right? But he's opted for the even more greedy 2 points. They're going on bottom though, good curse.
Chance, no tail, still has Hand of God and the mechanism afterwards. Can they bring him down regardless? Sumail just gets full heal, but it might not be enough. They brought numbers from Nigma, and they punish.
Regeneration.
Nigma again with the good reads. OG are showing heroes top, they're showing
Radiant's
heroes
top
bottom.
tower is under attack.
They're not done on Nigma though, they're still going for Chen.
Yeah.
Even if you just kill the creeps though, like screw the hero like it's Chen.
The big pushback into LSA. Yeah, all those
top
creeps
tower
go
is
down,
full.
so they'll get those kills, but they lose another tower. You know, these big rotations, they find the kills, but it does cost them these objectives. And OG are taking full advantage when they're spread out.
Seb almost has a Manta style on Axe. He's offlane Axe. He's way more farmed than most safe lane Axes we've seen. He's just beasting it. He's even bought his own smoke because when Sumail comes in with full resources, they understand that they're strong here. The enemy has used Curse, maybe expend some resources, and it's just a 2-man smoke.
This could be big. What can they find with it? They
think they
have
want
great
Lifesteal, they have
vision.
good vision.
Oh man, right on top of them. They see this the whole way through. And looking for the jump. Didn't get rage off or anything. The stun comes afterwards. And LTW gonna get dropped. So a good rotation finds the kill, and you know where they're going. There's only one place, down bottom.
It's such an interesting game to study because Nigma, they're sort of punishing them on kills. And they're like getting decent map control from those kills, but OG, they're playing everywhere.
Jump forward. They find him again. On GH, looking for that stun, not gonna come through. Managing to back away for the moment. Actually gonna throw out the winner's curse just to get a little bit of separation, but the rest of OG are looking to dive TPs out. Can he get away? The cold wall, he barely gets there. And they will find that kill while the tower drops. Mail right there on top of it. Man.
They're continuing with their idea. Sumail, he's going for the Sange next.
Dire's top
Amplifying
tower
that healing
is under
coming in.
attack.
Chen has a mech. And, Compson, he built Echo Saber Corrosion. This is his build, but you're really tanky when you do this build. The Strength treads on, he has 1800 HP. Nigma, they can clutch these kills, but it's looking very scary for them in the teams.
This is definitely one of those things where just it's how do you put the brakes on this draft, right? Like you have these heroes that are really good at D push in GH and in the Lina to be able to like spam out the spells and everything. But it feels like if Axe gets that blink dagger off, they're just evaporating them. But they do find a kill here. Thompson going to drop. So the combination of the Lina and the Hoodwink still quite strong. That's going to cut into the lead a little bit. Still 9-6. And trying to find a little bit of breathing room here is Nigma.
I also want to mention, I love Miracle's build. He went Boots of Travel first, which at first I thought was really greedy considering the game state. But instead of going for a small item like Eos after that, he just goes straight into the BKB.
Jumps now, mind control, trying to find himself a kill here. On a no-tail, but gets hit by the root. The rest of the team is a bit too far away, and they will find mind control. Takes him down. Seb making or LTW is just walking brazenly into them. Does have a Sange at this point. Hey, you like the BKB though?
I think it's a very cool idea, because if you go bots into Eos, I think you can't fight at all. but I think bots is a better farming item than Yield Scepter. So purely for farm, I think bots into BKB makes a lot of
Radiant
sense.
are scanning.
Scepter's running in. He has an 18-minute Manta on an offlane axe. He's gonna have the shard right when it sits 20, and I think it'll be Roshan time. Maybe even before that. OG are crazy.
So yeah, he is above his highest net worth ever on an axe, and one of his highest net worths ever since playing TI5 on Seb for this game. It's just, you know, a combination of a hero that obviously he knows well, feels good about, and then on top of that, it being meta, and the jump for the call. Oh, this is huge. They need to try and reset this one. Hold embrace there for the save. Now they get the winners first to try and turn this. BKB out, LSA gonna connect. They need to take down Thompson. Will it be enough? Right click coming through with the heal. It's more than enough. Miracle still staying as BKB, and then they jump out the call afterwards, trying to kill him, and they're gonna get him. Miracle drops. They lose ILTW to boot, and the heal, it's just too much. It's got an arena, but you can't really get out of this one with the heroes that matter, at least. They already got the lean and the life stealer.
And Chen, he's looking like a good hero this game.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's like instead of playing, if you don't want to play Chen with your standard carries that go jungle, instead they draft him with an aggressive carry that gets more in stats. I mean, Sumail, he went back for the points in Split Earth, which is really good there because he landed this huge two-man stun in that fight. And then they built Tanky, and Chen, all of a sudden, he's this teamfight beast. He provides a mech, provides a hand of God. I mean, that was a good save by GH. He gets the save off, he gets the curse off. Tankler did not really get a real roll off in that fight. I mean, he got it off a hit hero, but he died in that, and the fight was still so convincing.
Crazy. I mean, and like, how often do you see Axe get to like Blink Vanguard Manta and then had enough gold for the charge for those 20 minutes? He has like all the pieces that he needs now of the kit. A little interesting that he's opting to go back for the Boots of Travel instead of just that straight BKB, but I guess they want to like be able to keep the lanes kind of shoved out and stuff. But this game is just completely fallen off the rails.
I think he understands that they can win any team fight right now, so you don't need BKB to double down on that. Instead, he needs to match the map control Miracle, who has also gone for the Travel. It's a really smart item purchase. I also want to say, like, if you look at this game, Axe is actually the one position. They were fighting without him in bottom, like he was given a lot of priority.
Oh,
and did they jump a bit?
They're thinking about, I mean, Seb has an illusion rune and Manta.
That'd be a crazy jump.
I mean, to be fair, he's got the
illusion
shard
Manta
too.
That's
yeah. It's a Monka.
Yeah, you might solo kill him through the Wyvern heal.
Yeah, he's gonna try. There are a lot of illusions punching that guy, but is it enough? Winners to try and turn this around. They're still spinning, still doing that damage, but ILTW gets it off. Able to walk away from that one still. The chase is really strong. GH trying to back away. They drop down the arena, just hoping to escape from this one. But the curse crown is there. Miracle, big LSA, connects on the two. They kill him off the time. Seth dropping down low. Can they finish him? Yes. They take down one. ILTW not enough save. The damage coming from Sumail is just too intense. But they find him there. Hold the root. They had the LSA primed up, but they weren't able to get close enough. Good play from the Willow. Soxa there, salvaging Sumail's life.
So just a classic OG game, 20 minutes, dive into enemy tier 3s, get a 3-for-1 in the buyback, just for the cost of 1 axe. And they're really just beasting in this game, just moving around the map. Sumail, I think, he has this Kaya Sanj, I believe, and he's opted to go for Blood Soul mix. Man, they're really making Dota look more fluid than it usually is. You know, you usually have your traditional carry in your safe lane, all the farm goes to him. In this game, they're rotating around all their core heroes. Lashak's in the safe lane, but Axe is given farm priority. Lashak gets a timing, he's running at them. And then Axe, he gets a Splinter, he's also running at them. They're just playing the Dota, I think, like you expect out of like OpenAI. Like that's what I think people learned from that time period in Dota.
Yeah, well, it's working quite well, and you know, there's still an incredibly strong Lina in this game who's topping the net worth. ILTW is behind. It's not like, you know, one huge item ahead, but he is definitely trying to get towards that Scotty now. Like, do you think that, like, with this MKB online, what's the avenue that Nigma have to try and get back into this game? Is it just holding out against the aggression?
Honestly, they need damage, right? Because there's so many heals coming out from OG and they itemize so tankily for these fights. So they definitely need to hold on a bit, wait for Lina to get that big damage item, and then like bait OG into them, because OG are going to run at them, as we've seen this game.
Oh, they find him there. Gets the rage off first, though. Kuro throws out the bushwhack. Sumail trying to stand it tall. Oh, he got the rage off earlier. Winner's curse into the fear. Tries to back away, but they have that LSA afterwards. Connects now on Sumail. Right clicks coming through. Oh! Salsa came in and soaked the sharpshooter. That keeps him alive. And now with Corn afterwards, back on a miracle. They keep him alive, though. Golden Brace yet again. Wyvern being so strong. And now jumped inside by that life stealer. Trying to turn onto the Chen. Seeing if they can find that kill to stop all of the healing. But the chop came onto the backside. They find themselves another kill here. LSA round 2. No, he's taunted. He's caught. And he is in trouble. Miracle goes down again. ILTW just doesn't have the damage at this point, and they're going to turn on to every one of them. Dual Scepter lift up, ILTW trying to back away. Kuro is dead as well. They jump forward for the kill as the taunt comes out. ILTW trying to escape, but they got him. The chase down, the eventual finish, and one last time, Kuro looking for the snipe. It's not going to matter. The roll hit from Thompson into the face. He takes the sharpshooter to the face and gets himself out. I pick up my basher on my way back home.
Radiant's
This has
top
to be
tower
a
is under
TI form
attack.
OG coming in hot here, right? Just outplaying everyone in the fights. Who died on the OG side there? Was it only Chen?
I think so, yeah. No-Tail the only one that ended up going down in all of that.
And it's just everything, right? Like, Saksa, he's tanking the sharpshooter. Sumail's hitting these clutch two-man stuns off no setup. You know, Seb is always patient with his calls, getting the right targets, and my goodness, like, they're looking so dominant this game. I can't believe Chen's winning. I love this hero, but like, clearly, like, it's just my ideas about the hero are wrong because they're making it look fantastic this game.
Every time I look in the jungle, there's like some extra stacks that are just being built up. But I guess that's just what sort of allowed them to get to that first initial point where, you know, things start to feel good. And now you're seeing like all these little auras get picked up, right? Like we've got the Cloak aura, they've got the Wildwing Ripper one. What the heck is this? You know, the mana aura. Like
he literally has 4 auras right now.
Yeah.
Even the 10% magic resistance on heroes on the Centaur Courser, I had no idea that was its name. It matters a lot because again, we saw in last fight, it's not like Nigma aren't hitting their spells. They got a 3-man arena there. They got a lot of damage out, but just not quite enough. If you can heal
Radiant
through
are scanning.
damage, no one's gonna die, and that's just what's been happening in these fights.
They'll tanky on everybody else. They've got spell lifesteal going on Sumail. Incredibly hard to deal with.
They do have a timing come up, right? If they can get to Scotty on the lifesteal and MKB on Lina, those items do allow you to punch through these heals, but honestly, it's still not that close. LTW,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
his lane, like he knew what his laning gains. He picked lifesteal as a counter, and he just hasn't had any real farm this game. I don't really think he's had any impact. There's 6 deaths. Just a really hard one for him.
Like, Sox is almost caught up to him at this point. As down bottom, they caught Miracle yet again. Bushwhack trying to salvage it, but it's not going to happen. They drop down that Lina another time, giving him the tip afterwards. And, well, one by one, they go through, find the kill onto Kuro. And they have some ideas about Dota, that's for sure. OG looking good. Now looking for more. They find out TW as well. Gonna get cold embrace there, Wizard's curse afterwards, but Seb just goes for TH. Fine, you won't let me kill LTW, I'm coming for you. Back at the TP, oh, they got the back, and then into the taunt, walks right into it, there was nowhere left to go. OG find another one. TH tries to get away, it ain't gonna happen. Damn, dude.
The thing is, like, if you look at their drafts on paper,
tower
I
is
think
under
everyone in
attack.
their head's like, oh my god, they have a Chen, they have no
is
real
under
carry,
attack.
how are they gonna win this game? But OG's really showing sort of a next level of Dota, where they're running at their opponent, and they're even like
Radiant
out-taking
structures
objectives,
are
taking away their
fortified.
farm, they're just stacking their own jungle, just being so efficient with everything, hitting their timings. This is insane levels of play coming out.
Is under attack.
I mean, I
Radiant's
guess it's
bottom
expected,
tower
right? They won
has
2
fallen.
TIs, but They never looked like this in the past like couple of years. This is
Dire's
insane
top
coming
tower
from
is
them.
under
It's a different
attack.
style for sure. Trying to take a mechanic that is in the game and exploiting it to its maximum extent, and that's what we're seeing here, and it's working beautifully. Now, again, you've got Nigma. They were able to pressure that tier 2 tower a little bit, but they've lost the lane of Rax and are down 19,000 gold. The other thing that we've got pretty soon is, speaking of old school, Chen has his Aghanim shard, so they've got the send back now. Sumail with the boots of travel is going to come back out, join the team after getting filled back up, and has his bloodstone completed.
Scanning.
And there's no Yule Scepters to purge that on the Radiant team. When you're this far behind, you can't afford to go for this utility item. And look at that. Illusion Rune top, they're going to give the bottle over to Seb. He's going to have this huge burst damage. And Roshan's on in 45 seconds. They're not going to pull a Liquid, you know, go high ground mid without Roshan, I think. They're just going to wait for it and methodically end this game.
Damn, dude, too soon.
Sorry. I've seen Liquid do that, but I need to say that so that, you know, Blitz will hear me.
Okay.
And then he'll fix them, because they've done that like 20 times I've seen. Literally 20 times, I think.
That's fair.
They're such good players. They're so enjoyable, but they keep making the same mistakes. Anyways, back to this game.
Absolutely. Well, we got the tier 2 tower mid that's going to get taken down. And Seb looking for an opening here. Vision-wise, Radiant actually have a pretty good ward that spots out Thompson and Seb at the moment. It just feels like even with the perfect initiation, it's going to be so difficult. LKW, get him caught. Okay, spear back afterwards. They got everything on him. Brings him down. That's the fight that they need. And now Sumail try and chase him a little bit here. Do they have enough left in the tank after using everything on the Seb? First crown, spear afterwards. Disconnect on the LKW, and now trying to bring down Sumail. Oh god, LTW's getting smacked though. He gets absolutely demolished. Soxa now going to die in that winner's curse. LSA not going to connect. Thompson right on top of him. Sumail, the big bad carry who has so much magic damage, is going to be able to outdo the cold embrace. It's not nearly enough. Dead for 80 seconds as GH tries to TP back home, but even with Seb dead, Sumail is a whole nother problem.
And I think that was the best execution on the best target that could have come up from Nigma. They killed the enemy, I'm gonna say their carry.
Okay.
Without even using Arena, and it just wasn't enough.
Spear back now. Trying to find something else onto Thompson, but didn't quite catch there. Sharp Oh my god, what a freaking G. Thompson feeling himself right now. Oh man.
They had vision on their opponent, they killed the best hero, and you know, Hand and Go was sort of wasted honestly. They only healed one hero, but there's just too much damage coming from OG. Like Sumail's not dying, his blood's on the Eternal Shroud, Chedora, a bunch of heals. And also, I saw a really cool interaction where you just put pendants on someone and Penguin just beats them to death. Because it's an Echo Saber Basher, and he just literally hit Miracle until he was dead. And it's not what you expect, but this Penguin, he's tanky and he does a lot of damage now with this build.
So where is the Holy Locket at though for No Tail? I've been waiting for that one. He's going for a Solar Crest instead. I guess he's got enough healing now. He just wants to get other utility-oriented items.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. In my head, Holy Locket would make a lot of sense for this build, but they've probably identified that they're trying to burst one target, right? Holy Locket, it's good for that heal,
right?
But you'd rather just give them armor. Honestly, I don't know. I'm trying to justify it, but I mean, he's played such a fantastic game on an unpicked hero in both pubs and competitive. It's hard to criticize without like realizing that he has a much better read of the situation, right?
Fair enough.
Just, no one understands his Chen apparently, except for this guy, because he's beasting it right now.
Literally, we were laughing at it.
Yeah, I did not understand the pick at all, but man, Chen looks really good. Why does Chen look so good? It's just OG things.
Well, we are 32 minutes in now, and the game feels like it's stalled out a little bit. Obviously, OG are in firm control of the map and wherever they want to go. There's a DD rune top, and Aghanim Scepter done on Thompson as well. And I guess that's the thing too that we saw in that last fight. Like with the send back on No Tail, also it's like you can play on these heroes that are so aggressive, like the Lesh, and then just TP back into the next creep wave that comes in. Like
for sure,
I'm struggling to see what the deal with this is now, except just trying to burst them, which their heroes do kind of well.
But not against Aegis, right? That's a problem. Like, you can spear the Slash back in, he's gonna get healed a lot, there's gonna be Aegis. It just looks hard. And OG, they're pushing high ground while Seb farms the jungle.
Jump forward, trying to get it. Oh, he went right into the stun. Mind control, get out of there. It's a dangerous place to be. Another round of the stun that terrorized. All the circles are on the ground, and nobody likes them. Can they bring this man down? On afterwards, he's dead. So many Venn diagrams, and all of it spells the end of Nigma as they are looking to lose this game number 1, barring the miracle. It doesn't start right here. They get that winner's curse, now trying to bring down one, but the cheese comes out opposite, able to get out of there afterwards. Sumail running in, Seb on top of GH. They find that finish. 5 back, both the Mars and that winner Wyvern. OG, they got what they came for. Clear that Rax, now back out.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Bounty!
That was basically without Seb being there at the start of the fight. He was finishing his jungle. He was finishing his assault cross in the jungle. You know, the normal thing to do as your team pushes high ground. Sumail just jumps in.
He's not afraid at all. Just goes right on top of Kuro. Now the jump, the call is there yet again. Mighty mind control. There's no buyback. I feel like I've seen this story before with OG, and it might end in the fountain. Maybe they just keep their eyes on the prize, focus on the building. Chen does go down. How dare you kill our captain? We're coming for you, Miracle. As the chase down continues, they'll find that kill. Sumail going into the fountain, popping the bloodstone, trying to live. There's a ghost scepter afterwards, able to live and get the blink out. But this is Ancient down and GG in just a moment. As OG come in, take the Chen, dominate the early game, take down the towers, and now gonna finish it off. Easy as pie.
Nigma, they're too confused to even GGL until after the roll falls. Like they need to spend all the time talking about this game because Miracle, like what the hell just happened?
I'm not sure. It is a. I want to look real quickly at what the healing stats were, what like the camps were. There's a lot of data I think to go through.